Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how you can use GDAL with AWS Lambda Functions. So I recently learned how to use Lambda Functions, and I can think of all kinds of use cases with GDAL. So I was trying to figure out how to get GDAL working, and it took me a little while, so I figured I'd just make a video about how I did it, so hopefully it helps somebody else out. But basically what I'm going to show you how to do is import GDAL, and we're just going to do the most simple thing, just get metadata from an image. So high level, what I'm envisioning is we drop an image into an S3 bucket, and it triggers a Lambda function, and that Lambda function just prints the metadata using GDAL. So what we're going to do is first just make sure you have an S3 bucket set up. So I'm just going to create, or I actually have this GDAL bucket here, and it's empty. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the permissions and uncheck block all public access. This probably isn't best practice, but I'm just the purposes of this video are just to show you how to get GDAL working, and we can mess around with all these security settings later. Then we need to go to the bucket policy, and I have this policy that I found on the internet that is working. So just replace your bucket name right here, and this is just going to allow us to use the get object capability on it. So just save that, and now we're ready to go to Lambda, and I'm going to create a new function and call it GDAL function, and make sure to pick Python 3.7. And the reason is because the method in which I'm getting GDAL, I'm basically using this thing called an AWS Lambda layer, and people can make AWS, or they can make Lambda layers, which basically are like pre-compiled environments that have packages in it, so you can utilize the packages. And they have built this with Python 3.7. So I initially was running with Python 3.6, and it wasn't working, and I thought, oh, all right, maybe it needs to be Python 2.7, so I tried that, and then then I finally realized, I finally read the instructions and saw that they called out Python 3.7 here. So just make sure you pick 3.7, and this is probably going to change in the future, so just check this page out. All right, so just create the function. All right, now we need to add the trigger. So this is going to be S3. So when an image lands, or not an image, just an object lands in the S3 bucket. That's what we're configuring here. So we want GDAL bucket, and this is all good. And just to quickly show you what that did, it basically made some configuration changes under the properties of this S3 bucket. So if you go to the events here, now we have an active notification. So it set up this event where anytime there's a create event, it pushes it to a Lambda function called GDAL function. So that's kind of just what that did. But now that that's hooked up, let's go ahead and create a simple function. So I'm just going to copy. Well, first, I'd like to copy this. So I'm just going to first print the event. So the event is all the metadata associated with that event. So when an object landed in the bucket, there's all sorts of metadata like the time, the name of the bucket, the name of the key, all kinds of information. So we're going to print the event, and then I just copied this from the internet here. So the bucket is equal to basically something in this event object, and this is how you parse it out. And then the S3 key is equal to this. And I think the reason we need to use this URL lib parse unquote plus thing is because I think in the event here, the S3 key has like weird pluses in it or spaces or underscores, or it has to do with formatting. And we can take a look at in an event to see if we can figure out what exactly is going on. But yeah, let's just get rid of this. We'll leave that. Okay, so now let's also add this simple GDAL function. I'm going to move this up to the top. All right. And what we need to do is we need to open the image that just got placed in the bucket. So and we're doing this with GDAL. So the way GDAL does it is they use this protocol called VSIS3. That's basically how GDAL interacts with things in S3. And we just need to pass it the bucket name and the S3 key. So here, make sure you have a slash here. And then I'm going to just put in those variables. So the bucket and the S3 key. So basically what this would look like is VSIS3 and then like, the path to the object in S3. And just make sure you have parentheses around this print statement. All right. All right, so I'm going to hit deploy to deploy this script. But we already know this isn't going to work because we haven't configured GDAL yet. But let's just see what happens when we go to S3 and see what happens when we try to add an image to the bucket. Alright, so if we go back to Lambda and monitoring, then view logs and CloudWatch, we should see some information here. Okay, that's it. Okay, no module named OSGeo, and that's what we expect. So the next part of the puzzle is how do we get GDAL? It's probably the whole reason you came to watch this video. So we're going to use these things called AWS Layers, and this is a way to package more modules. It's a way to extend your Python script. So basically people can, or anybody can compile runtimes, I guess, in these things called layers. So I found this Geo Lambda, which is exactly what I'm looking for. It's this geospatial AWS Lambda layer, and basically they do all the hard work. They compile the GDAL on the correct Python environment, which is tricky. I actually tried to do that and I was having trouble getting it to work. I tried a lot of different things to get GDAL working with Lambda, and this was the most, this is the only way I got it working. So props to these guys. And this is super simple just to get up and running. So if you read their instructions, they call out that you need to install 2 of these things if you're trying to use Python. So this is just like GeoLambda, and this is GeoLambda specifically for Python. So in order to install the Python one, this is required. This is a dependency. So we just need to install these 2 layers. And again, this is just going to give us access to GDAL. So I'm going to specify an ARN and add it. Then go over here and get the one for Python. Where'd that layers go? Alright. Okay. One more step we need to do is we have to add these environment variables that they call out somewhere. Right here. So, where is it? So just add environment variable. copy these and add another. Save that, and we should be up and running. So let's add another image to the bucket and see what happens. All right, let's go back to our CloudWatch. 52. Name URL lib is not defined. Okay, we need to import the URL lib. I forgot about that. So that's not too bad. We just need to go back to Lambda and just add one more import statement here. And this URL lib is part of the standard library, so we don't need to worry about getting that package because it's already in the Python runtime. So I just hit deploy again, and if we go to S3, let's do this one more time. All right. Refresh a couple times. That one might be it, actually. 5320. Oh, there it is. All right. So what happened? This is our printing the bucket. This is printing the S3 key. This is the event here. And if we open that up, we see a lot of details. And then down here is the GDAL metadata. So this is confirmation that GDAL worked. You know, we are successfully able to import the library, and we demonstrated using a function. So this is awesome. So we can do all kinds of cool things with this. Right here's the GPS longitude and latitude. In the first video I made with Lambda, I was using a package called Pillow to extract metadata from JPEGs. I could have done the same thing with GDAL. So I think in another video I might show how you can get the GPS data from here with GDAL and like write it to a database or something, because that's something pretty useful. But yeah, let me see. I think the video is getting a little bit long, but hopefully that was helpful to you guys. Props to Development Seed Geo Lambda project. Like I said earlier, I tried to get the GDAL binaries built on an AWS instance, and for some reason it didn't work. Probably spent like 6 hours trying to get it to work, and then found this thing. Yeah, so thanks for watching, and hopefully this helped some guys out. Thanks.